Nigeria qualified to the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup? That's the big question everybody's going to be asking now.
Yeah.
I'm here with Festus, Dada, and at the stance right now, we currently sit, I think, 5th position in the group with just 3 points. 3 draws, 1 loss from 4 games. We started with a 1-1 draw against Lesotho here at home, followed by another 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe away. Then South Africa came here to go to the National Stadium. We played 1-1. We went to Benin and we lost 2-1. And now we are facing Rwanda on the 21st of March. That's on Friday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, at the Amahoro Stadium. I hope I got that right.
Amahoro
Stadium in Kigali, Rwanda. And everybody's expecting Nigeria to, pick up all 3 points to increase our chance of qualifying to the World Cup. The question is, can they do it? Your thoughts?
It's going to be a tough one. Sometimes I get to ask myself, how did we get here? Because the matches that we dropped points and those were matches we could have won. So, but we are here now. There's a new coach.
Yeah.
And first of all, give credit to the coach because picking out this job at this point in time shows guts because he knows that his job is to qualify the Super Eagles of Nigeria for the World Cup. And he saw the predicament that the Super Eagles were in there. For him to say yes to that job, that means he has what it takes. So the game tomorrow will determine, or the game against Rwanda will actually determine if we're going to qualify. If the Super Eagles qualify, then if the Super Eagles win the game against Rwanda, then looking at the boys giving the fans the belief that yes, they can qualify. There are new faces on the team.
Yeah.
There's a new striker, the return of some players, a new coach like I talked about. So a win against Rwanda will just get the job done, and then we'll talk about the chances of the boys qualifying now for the World Cup.
Yeah, of course, Rwanda, not in this easy side. They currently top the group with 7 points.
Yes, sir.
Although we have 3 countries as well, also with 7 points. They have superior goal difference.
Yeah.
South Africa with 7 points,
Rwanda.
Benin with 7 points, and Rwanda with 7 points. And Rwanda started, with a 1-1 draw first against Zimbabwe, but they bounced back surprisingly in the second game.
Yeah.
So they beat South Africa 2-0 in Kigali. So they're really strong at home. In their third game, they lost to Benin 1-0, and in their fourth game, they went away to defeat Lesotho. And now they face Nigeria at home. Nigeria faced Rwanda twice last year for the AFCON qualifiers. We're in the same group.
Yeah.
We went to Kigali first. We played a goalless draw. It would have been 1-0. Ademola Lookman got the goal, but it was disallowed. Then they came to Nigeria, although we were qualified to the AFCON then. We scored first, but we lost 2-1.
That's not an excuse.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Let's just go back to that game. The boys have no rights to lose here. You compare, because you still have to put that game in your mind, because you compare Super Eagles, the squad they have, Rwanda. The boys are actually one of the best, I dare say, in the world. I won't even talk about Africa. So the game against Rwanda, the guys had no excuse to lose that game. And Rwanda will be thinking, if we could do it here, we can do it in our home ground. So that's what makes it much more complicated for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. If the boys would have defeated Rwanda here, they would have said, okay, that's no momentum. But you lost at your home ground to the side you're going to play next. So it's going to be a huge task for the boys to get the job done against Rwanda. And I'm just wishing them all the best, my guy, honestly.
Yeah, the coach in charge, the new coach, Eric Shekushe, this first game in charge of Nigeria, as the crucial game, World Cup qualifiers. A couple of people that watched the training said the training was quite intense, and they see positives that we can get the job done.
When we talk about intense, it's like the coach of Manchester United when he got in charge of.
Let's okay. I wanted to say we should use Man City, but
no. When the head coach of Manchester United got on board, that's Ruben Amorim. His training session, his first, were very intense.
Yeah.
But is there any difference in Manchester United? It's basically the same. But no disrespect, okay, to the new coach.
But look what he did with Mali, They did well.
Yeah,
the AFCON, and they played us when he was in charge. We lost to them 2 goals.
Yeah, that was in a friendly match.
And the style of play is
into
different.
The AFCON.
I don't think he's a defensive type of coach. What do you think?
He already said he's an attacking coach.
Yeah.
I remember his press conference when he got unveiled in Abuja.
Yeah.
He said he's an attacking coach, attacking minded. And I think he's been blessed so much with the quality of attackers that we have. There's Osimhen, there's Ademola Lookman, there's Boniface. He invited Aroko Dare in the team. So I think if he's looking for an attacking style of play, he has the players. It's just for him to implement the philosophy on the players and just give them the belief to finish.
A possible starting lineup for the game against Rwanda.
Nwabali is going to start the game.
Of course.
Nwabali definitely will
start. Easy pick, okay.
Yes, then it gets tougher now because he brought in a good defender in Igor Ogbo that plays in Slavia Prague. And he has a tendency of starting, but I don't see him starting ahead of the likes of Calvin Bassey and Trustekon. So Trustekon and Calvin Bassey will maintain the centre backs. Down the right, Ola Aina definitely. He has a super form in Nottingham Forest, so he gets to start down the right. In the left, obviously Bruno Yemachi. He's starting games for Olympiacos, despite the fact that he just got them months ago. So that form from Greece, I think he should bring to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. For the midfield, I would love to see Rafael Onyedika.
Okay.
I'd love to see Rafael Onyedika in the midfield. Also Wilfred Ndidi in the midfield, just to get to play there. And then it's going to be surprising, but I would love us to just play two midfielders, holding midfielders.
Oh, okay.
In that midfield. Down the left,
interesting.
Ademola Lookman.
Okay.
Ademola Lookman down the left. Down the right, we should get to see Samuel Chukwueze get to play. My only issue with Samuel Chukwueze, no disrespect to the players, the fact that he doesn't have playing time with AC Milan. But with the Super Eagles,
would like to start as well. So the last time against Rwanda, I think he scored the only goal for Nigeria.
Yeah, he came off the bench. Yeah, he came off the bench. But I think which other option do we have? Let's look at it. Down the right flank, which other option do we have? We could risk Simon Moses there. But I think
he has been impressive every time he comes to play for Nigeria. So
Simon Moses, but naturally Simon Moses plays from the left.
Yeah, that's true.
But from the right, I think the only option we have is Simon Chukwueze. The only issue is that he rarely plays for his club, but we know that if given the opportunity, Simon Chukwueze is superb. He's a stellar player. So Simon Chukwueze down the right. Then two strikers. Obviously, Victor Osimhen is there. The head coach, Eric Chell, his philosophy is attack. So Victor Osimhen, and at this point, I'd love to see Tulu play. I'm sure most people want Victor Boniface, but I'd love to see someone like Tulu get into the game, and then we'll have two strikers. There's no doubt we need to start on a high.
How about Iwobi? Most people argue that he has been consistent over the years with the Super Eagles.
Yes, Iwobi is a very good player.
Okay.
But this is it. Where does he play with the Super Eagles? He plays in the midfield role.
Yeah.
Where is he highly potential?
A strong point.
Is this from the wing? That's where he gets to play for Fulham. But you look at the options we have now. Down the left is Ademola Lookman. You cannot drop Ademola Lookman. That's the CAF player of the year. That's someone that gets to prove a point every time. I'm not trying to compare these two players, but if you have the chance, you have to pick Ademola Lookman. Then you have someone like Chukwueze. I rarely see Iwobi play down the right wing.
Okay, with 4-3-3, which three midfielders will you pick if the coach decides to go with 4-3-3?
4-3-3. I think we need to look at someone like Ndidi, Rafael Onyedika.
And who?
If it's 4-3-3, then you have to play someone like Ademola Lookman as the number 10, just in front of the midfielders and behind the striker. That's when Iwobi cannot play down the left.
Okay.
That's when Iwobi cannot play now. A 4-3-3 formation will carry Iwobi to the left.
Okay.
And then Ademola Lookman behind the striker.
I mean, let's look at what the coach would put forward at the end of the day. But the plan is for us to win. Just get the 3 points. At this point,
even if he plays 5 strikers, we just need to win the game.
Or if he parks the bus, as long as you get 3 points. Is that the most important thing at this point?
No, parking the bus was I think the philosophy of Jose Pizarro. But at this point, Eric Chell has said his philosophy is to attack, and he has the tools for the attacking plan. So it's just for him to put out the attackers there. Hence, he brought Tulu and Rokodare. I don't see. This is what I'm looking at. You can't have Tulu, you can't have Victor Boniface, you can't have Victor Osimhen, and then you have 2 of them. 2 out of the 3 cannot be on the bench. 1 out of the 3 should be on the bench. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
2 out of those is going to be very wrong.
Yeah.
For you to have 3 good strikers, and then 2 out of the 3 will be on the bench. 1 should be on the bench.
Okay. So how do you Rwanda defense? How do you break it on that day? We struggle to score against them.
Yeah.
How do we break the defense?
Well, I think first of all is to dominate the midfield.
Okay.
Dominate that midfield. Okay. Make sure, because from what I've noticed, most of the games are won in the midfield. So if we could have someone that could dominate that midfield, hold the ball, and then the passes has to be accurate. The passes has to find a striker. And if the passes find a striker, the conversion rate has to be high. So if you could have like 2 early goals, let's say 2 goals in the first 15 minutes or 2 goals in the first 25 minutes of the game, that's going to break down Rwanda, honestly. It's going to be Super Eagles all the way. But first of all, you have to win the duel in the midfield. It's going to be very bad if you have Rwanda dominating in the midfield.
Yeah, I agree. So the idea is at the end of these 2 games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, if you get the victory, it takes us to 9 points. Hopefully, that will take us to 3rd position or 2nd or 4th, depending on the outcome of the other games.
Yes, it's good.
But
it's good to sit down, because you see this math.
Yeah.
I grew up knowing that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, most of the time we need a calculator to qualify. And this is the time. We're going to use the calculator.
Since 1994, we have only missed World Cup qualification twice, I think now.
2006.
2006 and 2022.
2022, yeah.
Yeah, in Qatar.
Yeah.
So, and we have never missed back-to-backs in 1994.
It's not going to happen now.
So hopefully, USA, Mexico, and Canada will be there. Yeah. I mean, to watch the game live, hopefully it's going to be streamed on YouTube. I think the last time we played in Rwanda, some people in Rwanda or some channel streamed it.
Yeah.
So just be on the lookout. But I'll be sure to drop the link in the comment of the video when the game starts. Who do you see winning this game? Your predictions for this game first?
I'll look straight to the camera and say the Super Eagles will win this game 3-0.
I'll say 1-0.
Why now? Why are you spoiling this team? What is what with the strikers that we have?
I mean,
3-0. 3. But drop it to the comment section. 3-0 though.
Yeah.
3.
I would like to know your predictions in the comment video. Thanks for watching, and as always, bye.